Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we will talk about HOLDNAUT. HOLDNAUT is a crypto interest account that claims to give up to 12% interest annually. However, this is a math channel and everything said in today's video is not financial advice. What I'll be doing is showing you some math calculations based on what is said on the website. Perhaps you can appreciate the financial calculations you were taught in school and also learn to verify information you get online before making a purchase or joining a membership. Today our video will focus on the following. Will we be able to use HOLDNAUT as a high interest savings account? Can HOLDNAUT be effective in paying us dividends? Before we really start, just a disclaimer and a reminder that this is not financial advice and you should be of sufficient age before making any investment. So most of us are familiar with the traditional banking idea of a fixed deposit account giving a higher interest rate than a savings account. Different banks promise to give you different interest rates if you lock your money up for a fixed amount of time, hence the name fixed deposit. Generally, the longer the time, the higher the interest rate you get. In this case, HOLDNAUT has different interest rates for different cryptocurrency. I've taken some of the common ones to put on the screen. For example, if you deposit Bitcoin or Ethereum, you will get about 7% interest per year. And if you deposit USDC or USDT, you will get about 12% per year. This is very high compared to the banks. On the website, we also see that the interest is actually calculated daily and paid weekly. This is really good because you will not lose all of your capital if you choose to withdraw before 1 year. You will still gain something depending on the length of time you have committed. So let us dive into the statement on the screen and try to make some calculations to make sense using some actual numbers that you can compare. For the sake of illustration in this video, we will consider the case of depositing $10,000 for one complete year at 12% interest per annum. Let's start with an easy example. So at 12% interest per year, if you divide it by 12 months, you will get 1% per month. So if you deposit $10,000 and held it for 1 year, you will get 1% of the $10,000, which is $100 each month. We also remember it being mentioned that the interest is calculated at the end of every day. So let's take 12% interest per year and divide it by 365 days. It will give us 0.03% per day. So for $10,000 deposited and held for 1 year, you will get 0.03% of 10,000 or $3.3, which is $3.30 daily. Next, it is also mentioned that the amount you earn, the interest, will be credited to your account every Monday evening. So boxed up in green at the bottom. For that 12% of interest, if we had divided it by 365 days and multiply it by 7 days per week, we will get 0.23% each week. So for $10,000 that you have deposited and held for 1 year, you will get 0.23% of $10,000 or $23 weekly. That means every Monday when you're paid, you will get $23. From our earlier calculations, we know that we will get approximately $3.30 daily when the system calculated the interest we earn. Here's a diagram to show us. Each day you'll get $3.30 recorded as interest for the day. This continues from day 1, day 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way until you decided to terminate. But we also remember that the system pays us every Monday evening. That means all the interest calculated will be recorded and accumulated until the next Monday that they pay you. So on the diagram, I've added a row below to show you that the $3.30 on day 1 will be added to the $3.30 on day 2 and so on until the end of the week. At the end of day 7, we would have accumulated $23.10 from the week. Assuming that we started this amount in the account on a Monday, this $23.10 will be paid to us on day 8, which is the Monday. If you did not start on a Monday, the first payment will just be an amount slightly less than what we show you on the screen. So calculations will continue from day 8 to day 14 in the same way, and you will be paid again the following Monday, which is day 15. And the calculations will then continue again for the rest of that week. So when the interest is paid on Mondays, it goes into the wallet, which is separate from this interest account. So on day 8, $23.10 is paid, and another $23.10 is paid on day 15 into the wallet, and so on. The same process will continue every week, and since we do not change the principal amount or the capital, we will get 52 weeks of $23.10 every Monday, which totals $1,201.02, or approximately 12% of our $10,000 initial amount. Let us go back to our earlier slide with the calculations. We want to ask, what if the weekly interest earned is compounded? In other words, instead of keeping our earnings separate in the wallet, we deposit these back into the initial pool. This is also called reinvesting. Earlier, we said that on day 8, you will receive $23 paid out as interest earned, and likewise each of the following weeks. Now, we do not want these earnings paid to sit in the wallet doing nothing. Instead, we want to reinvest our earnings back into the account. What happens now is this. On day 8, interest earned on day 8 itself is $3.30. At the same time, $23 from days 1 to 7 is paid because that is Monday. From day 9, when the interest is calculated, it will be based on the initial capital of $10,000 plus the $23 added to it on day 8. You can see the calculations that the amount is only slightly different. When rounded off to right on the diagram, it appears close to $3.30. From day 16, the earning of $23 paid on day 15 is again included into the capital. So $10,000 and $23.10 plus the $23.10 will give $10,064.20. Now, moving forward, as the interest earned calculated is based on a larger capital, it begins to grow enough to show us in the second decimal place, which I have amended and displayed in bold on the diagram, just to show you the difference it makes. If you notice, the amount of interest paid grows slightly every time you added more to the capital. When you let this continue for the rest of the year, the amount will be compounded. Using the compound interest calculations in the middle, that should resemble what you learned in school, we will take 0.23% interest per week from our calculations earlier and use it as R, the rate, and add it to 1 to get 1.0023. Remember that 0.23% is actually 0.23 divided by 100. Since we compound the amount weekly, in other words, pay out interest weekly, there will be 52 times this is done. So we raise 1.0023 to the exponent of 52. Next, we need to multiply it by the initial principal of $10,000, and we will get 11269.70, $11,269.70. If you want to know the interest earned, just subtract $10,000, you will get $1,269.70. This is just interest. So how does this compound? Putting everything together, let us investigate what happens if you holder, that is to deposit and do nothing. If you compound, that is to deposit, reinvest when you're paid interest, or you just leave it in a bank, be it high yield or fixed deposit. On the left, if you holder, the total interest collected as we calculated just now, it will be 52 multiplied by 2310. It will give us approximately $1,201.20, which is roughly 12% of the $10,000. And we have used the simple interest formula that I have pasted at the bottom to remind you. I equals to PRT. Now moving on, if we have compounded it, which means to deposit and reinvest whenever we are paid interest to the maximum amount, the total amount after 1 year will be $11,269.70. Here we are using the compound interest formula that is again pasted at the bottom. A equals to P times of 1 plus R over N to the power of NT. So R is the rate of interest and N is number of times it's being compounded. And A is the total amount including the initial amount. So at the very end, we need to subtract the initial amount of $10,000, giving us the interest to be $1,269.70. This is slightly higher, as you can see, from the amount on the holder column, 1,200. So how about the banks? From my brief research, you can do some research on your own, and you might get different results. Typically, savings account interest rates are 0.05 to 0.3% per annum. If they claim to be high yield savings account, interest rate may be 0.3 to 3% per annum, with many conditions you need to fulfill. And as of now, the fixed deposit interest rate is only 0.6 to 0.8 per annum. Of course, if you find better rates, please let me know in the comments below. So now let us go back again to compare the holder situation and the compound situation. Comparing 1,201 and 20 cents on the left with 1,269 and 70 cents in the middle. This is a difference of about $70 per year. Now you may think that $70 is not a lot of money, especially if it's spread across a year, which is 365 days. But if you calculate it into percentage, that is 70 divided by 10,000, it will give you a percentage 0.7, which is much higher than savings account and maybe higher than some of the high yield and some of the fixed deposit. Well, the setback is you will need to do your weekly diligence in reinvesting. Otherwise, you will just stick with 12%, which is still higher than most of other options we have. I hope you learned something from today's video. Please subscribe, like, and leave comments, turn on notifications. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.